just talked to Jamil Muhammad, really interesting kid. How did you guys identify him and see his potential all the way at Georgia State?
Yeah, just, going through that portal, evaluating guys and, kind of hone in on, guys you think would fit, and had a chance to go out and meet him there, me and Coach Grinch, and just instantly talking to him, you knew, this kid is, all business. He doesn't mess around. He's very serious. Already really, had his academics squared away the whole nine. So that was really refreshing that now that he's here, he is exactly what he was when we first met him. So I'm doing a great job.
What did this film show, and was there one play that just jumped out to you that kind of locked him in as a guy?
Yeah, the biggest thing, obviously, just a huge need for guys that can get to the quarterback. That was just a big focus this year. Something we thought we lacked a lot last year, to be honest. Need guys that can get to the quarterback. And easily on film, you can see him bend and turn tight quarters. He's got real good lower body. So, that tends to help guys, be able to turn that hoop and things. And it's been spot on through 5 practices.
Any part of him that's still raw just because he hasn't had a ton of experience in that position?
Just really trying to learn how we do things, not necessarily from a terminology standpoint, because he really picks up things fast, just more so just my style and, hey, this is how I want you to do it, and this is, same thing you were talking about, but this is how we do it. You know what I mean? But you don't talk about a fast learner, though. He's just one time and he's got it. So, again, great get in the quarter for us.
Were you surprised on Eric a couple of years?
The one thing that's interesting about him, he was recruited out of high school to be a quarterback. So I knew going in, it would be pretty sharp. And he was actually a quarterback at Vanderbilt. So I knew, okay, I got a guy that's, got some wits about him. But not really any surprises. He's been spot on what we thought he'd be.
I know Lincoln has talked about wanting to get more production from multiple guys as opposed to relying on, especially Tooley with the one guy. How satisfied are you currently with the makeup of that group, just being able to get more production from a wider group of guys?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's really refreshing, through 5 practices, seeing, Jamil, seeing, young Sam Green, seeing Anthony Lucas, man. Solos. These guys are taking a step, man, and just having more bodies, you know what I mean? I think you can never have enough pass rushes on a guy on a team, and that's what kind of separates a lot of teams, just having guys that just keep rolling in there. So.
Are all those guys working at your spot and the end? Are they going back and forth?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of back and forth, a lot of cross training, a lot of carryover to the positions. One guy's on 2 feet, one guy's in a 3-point stance, but there is a lot of carryover, and I think that's something. Even last year, Nick Fig played a lot of ball for us last year. He really was an end, playing that weak side position. So same with Solomon Bird. So we tend to cross-train those edge guys.
Outside of noticing the lack of maybe getting the quarterback that you mentioned earlier, what are some of the other things that you noticed from last season about the defensive line?
Well, it's first year, so you're going to notice a whole lot that you want to improve on. I think we had a ton of missed opportunities when we got to the quarterback. If you watch the film, it's not the lack of necessarily getting there, but it's finishing, and so one of the big things we saw in film was that we weren't kind of getting under control once we get back there, and so we really tried to focus these early days on, your footwork, long stride, short stride, shuffle, shoot, get under control as you get back there, and then focusing on where we're attacking the quarterback. A lot of opportunities, we were too high, slipping off of guys, grabbing around the waist, or even higher. And so we just have put a lot of emphasis on body position at the point of contact and just how we finish at the ball. So, and I think it's been paying dividends. It's practice, but we've been seeing some good positive steps that way.
We talked to Alex on Tuesday, kind of about just the aftermath of the bowl game and how you guys processed all that. What do you recall from coming off that game and when you guys got back together, how you made sense of it, moved forward, all that stuff?
Yeah, obviously it was gut-wrenching. you know, really hurt for those seniors and those guys, you know, playing their last games. You can, you know, obviously would understand having the type of year we had. We want to finish, you know, and so we didn't get that done. So that starts with us as coaches. We take full ownership in that, and as you said, you know, we look each other in the eye just like any season. You know, had we even won that game, we're going to look ourselves in the eye and say, hey, what are the things we can do better going forward? And those are not fun conversations. Those are not, you know, hands around each other meetings. Those are very brutally honest interactions with us, and we trust each other. We've been in this thing for a while, so we understand that's part of it, and we understand it's our job ultimately to get whatever things need to be corrected, you know, and so it's a challenge. So we all step up to it and embrace that, and you know, and the other part is that, you know, we also understand that, you know, year one, man, you're trying to get a lot done in year one, you know what I mean? And, you know, I think that, I don't know, you know, if the outside people thought we'd be sitting there 11 games, chance to win the Pac-12 championship, chance to go to the playoffs, and so, you know, those expectations change as that year goes on, again, on the outside. And so, but, you know, ultimately, we're excited for year two, excited to go back at this thing and added some pieces, and, you know, some guys improved from year one, and us as coaches improve, and so it's exciting.
Let's do one more.
I know you talked about a lot of guys cross-training.
Yep.
You've gotten pretty used to not having a ton of edge rushers over there, it seems like. Is that a position you feel like you guys could definitely add maybe here in the offseason?
Always, we always have the philosophy you can never have enough edge guys. I mean, we try to load up at the edge positions, you know, because guys get a broken toenail, or, you know what I mean, guy, you know, sick stomach, whatever it is. Like, so you just always want to have viable guys, because it really affects the game from a defensive standpoint if you don't have guys that can win one-on-ones, or if you're short, or like last year, you know, where you know, just not enough guys getting there and finishing it, you know, and so you know, we're gonna keep on loading up the position. It's gonna be a highly competitive room in that D-line, rush, linebackers everywhere, and these guys know that. I think we charted it today. We got 22 guys on our defense that have started at least one game in college football. That's phenomenal. Like, that's a competitive group, you know, if you look at it from that standpoint. So the expectation and the standard is really high this year, and so we're gonna go at it with everything we have.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Roy.